Good morning, good morning. I woke up to ACES at 47,000 views, which is very exciting. So I need to get up and get ready to go to work. Get ready, because this is year 6 of daily vlogging. I will say there was one person who left a comment who I replied to, because like I understand her point, but she was basically saying like, well, I feel that showing this is damaging to like the lesbian community because it's not fair that Summer would just like put aside her natural urges like for the other girl. And I responded and I was like, well, I mean, you're right. I was like, no, like no one should be forced to do or not do something in a relationship, you know, that would be detrimental or, you know, that they wouldn't like, of course. But I said, we didn't mean with this film to show that this was the end of their story. Like, no, like they are still going to have, I said, in their universe, I said, they're going to have a lot more to work through that focus around that. We just were trying to show at the end of this film that Summer, you know, comes and decides this isn't a breaking point for me. I want to be with you. I want to make this work. And so it's not just that everything is fine and dandy. It's that she's saying, I want you as a person and you as who you are, despite the fact that that will likely not be a part of our relationship, you know. But it's not just going to be that everything is completely fine. So that's what I was trying to tell that person. I was like, I'm sorry that you feel it's detrimental, you know, because that's not what we intended at all. But like at the same time, like it also would not be fair for any relationship. It wouldn't even be, you know, a gay relationship and a straight relationship. If that's what the film was about, I'm sure there would be people the same way being like, well, that character shouldn't whatever. And it's like, yeah, but relationships like that do exist in real life. They're rare, I think, because I don't know anyone that's actually in a successful one, but I do know that they exist. To me, and I can't say like, oh, well, that person's wrong, it's not detrimental, because me, myself, being ace, I can't think on the other side because that's just how I am. So I can't say what is and what isn't detrimental. I just feel that it would be more detrimental if it had been the opposite way around, and it had been that Phoebe was like, no, like I'll do this thing that I'm very uncomfortable with and I don't want to do just to be with you, because instead of it being that Summer doesn't get to do something that she would like or feels led to do, instead it's Phoebe having to do something or being led to do something that she does not feel comfortable with. And like, you know, that's not what you want in a relationship at all. Like, you know, you want to be on the same page with stuff, and but like, yeah, just basically saying like their story isn't over. They have a lot to work through. It's not just gonna be, oh, everything's great, because no. So fun times. I woke up at the right time. In fact, I even woke up a few minutes before my alarm, and yet completely almost lost track of time and left for work about 5 minutes later than I wanted to, but I'm still on track to be on time, but not a good win on my part. It is 10:38. I'm here at work now, obviously. We have, as I've mentioned the past few days, been struggling to find a teacher to cover for today. Last night, one of the teachers who we were waiting on a response from got back to me and said that he could cover. However, the text that he sent was very confusing, and were sort of confusing. Because it was I got ya and then cover, but cover was COVRRRR, so I'm assuming that meant I got you covered, meaning that he had found coverage at his other job and could make it here. So I texted back to say like, great, like thanks so much, like we'll see you tomorrow, like here's the gate code, like all of that stuff. But I cannot help but be terrified that something is going to go wrong and he is not going to be here. I'm really hoping that's not the case, because I said somewhere between like 10:45 and 10:50, so it's only 10:39, so, but still, I'm like, oh, please. Because you know who's left to teach those kids? Virtually no one, but basically me. I don't do well teaching kids. That's not what I do. Okay, so thankfully, I don't know if I said, the substitute teacher is here. First class went, you know, well, and he's teaching the second class now. Hallelujah, thank goodness. Also, ACES is so close to 50K. It's up 49,873 views. I was hoping we'd hit it this weekend, but I did not expect it to be today. But as long as it keeps going the way it is, I think we'll hit it by today. I also just reached out to the people who I want to have on the show for Breaking Character for March, and I wrote down in my phone
who I want for April, so that's a good time. And I don't think, though, the person who's supposed to be on next week, I don't know if I've already said this, person who's supposed to be on next week, or this coming week, has not written me back at all, other than the first time they wrote me back to say, yes, I'd love to be on the show, but I haven't heard from them since. Currently watching a short film that someone who I was in high school with, but he was a senior when I was a freshman, is in, and it's called The Favor, so I don't even think he knows that my vlogs exist, so he'll never see this, but Cole, I think I've only seen 39 seconds, but I'm excited to see the whole thing. Can I tell you about something terrifying that just happened, or not just happened? So this kid from, I'm assuming Brandon Hall, opens the door with his shirt over his face and starts asking about a door and if I can unlock it. And I said, I don't have a key, like I don't work for the school. Basically saying that he got COVID 2 days ago. He's standing in, I mean, he's like basically outside the door. He was not inside. Very clearly over 6 feet apart from each other. But I was like, dude, what? I was like, I don't work for the school. I was like, I don't have a key. And so thankfully there was someone from the school who came by and I was like, what? You're telling me you're out of your room without a mask and you're isolated? Like, really? Dude. All right, well, it is 3:32 and they have actually just finished rehearsal really early. Well, it's about half an hour early. And I was gonna stay after a little bit longer because one of the adult cast members said that she had a college audition and she was wondering if she could do it here because it was only 20 minutes after rehearsal ended, so basically 4:20. And I was like, yeah, of course, and so that means I would have to stay here. But I was like, that's fine. But since they finished early, she just headed out, and so now I just have to wait for everyone to be picked up.
I am sitting in my car, and I kid you not, there is a man who I think is coming out of the basketball game, who I kid you not, is peeing into the woods to my right. I am so disturbed right now, you have no idea.
There are so many more people here than I thought. Where are all of these people coming from? Were they all in the basketball game? Holy crap. Anyway, I am debating, I am hungry, and I am debating, I have one more reward at Chick-fil-A, interestingly enough, that they, have given me that expires today. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's also one of the ones that's a drive-through and only, like, and it's kind of difficult to get in and out of. So. Okay, so I checked and ACES hit 54,000 views. And I checked it on my phone though like half an hour ago, and so I sort of assumed that it had just hit 54, even though I hadn't checked it in a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean like 2 hours. No, it's very nearing 55,000. It's at 54,895. So I'm heading to bed early because tomorrow is my first week, or first Sunday back at church, after my little break. 54,945. Okay, well now I just have to stay up until it reaches it. As long as it, it's like 9:17. So I'll upload this while that's happening. But it's my first day back at church tomorrow, and then I rush to rehearsal where they have rehearsal from 10:30 until 7:30. So it'll be a very long day, but that's okay. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, I gotta say though, with it, basically it'll be 55 before the end of these 24 hours. So that means when I went to bed last night, it was at 43, if I remember correctly, 43,000. So that means basically 12,000 views in a 24-hour period, which is up from what we were experiencing. About 3 days ago, we were averaging about 6,000 views a day, which was insane. So to have 12,000 in one day, doubled that in a matter of days, is insane. We still even haven't hit 3 weeks since it's been posted. We're at about 2.5 weeks. So absolutely wild that it is still gaining momentum rather than losing momentum, which is kind of what I would expect to happen by this point. So algorithms are crazy. Anyway, so yes, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. All my social media is in the description. Love you all.